Dr. Mommy Budgets coming back to you again with another video. It feels like it's been forever because it actually has been forever. I think it's been about 2 weeks since I've been on here to do my budget projections, but I am back and I am here today to do the week 4, October 2019 budget projection. And if you are interested in this sort of content, I would love it if you would please stick around and stay tuned. Okay, everyone, I am back and I am here and ready to get started with my week 4 budget projection. I want to continue to outline my little sayings and positive motivation descriptions to myself, and I will talk as I continue to outline. But as you can see, I am trying to get back on track. So I love leaving these little positive notes or reminders. So if I ever go back through and look at, each one of my weekly projection sheets, I will be able to see, kind of what happened, what took place, and that kind of thing. So here we go, guys. Now, remember, you all know that I did make some adjustments to my budget, and we will see them here in this week's budget projection as well. But as we go through a full 4-week cycle, then it should start to be repetitive and kind of back to the same thing. So as for today, this is the second week of me increasing my insurance amount. So you will see that on this budget. So let's dive right in. Okay. Also, you may hear me or you may hear my dogs bark from time to time because I am recording in the kitchen today. So if you happen to hear that, just know that there's nothing wrong with them. They are just probably seeing something outside and wanting to bring some attention to it. So let's get started, guys. Second mortgage. This is going to be written a little bit different as well. As you can see, I'm going to be putting the actual amount in. I normally put $260 here because that is just what I have been paying forever. But since I have started to go into their website and put the actual amount of the payment, they have a slot for that as well as additional principal. So I don't put the entire $260 in, which I normally would do if I was sending this amount through my web bill pay. I put the actual monthly payment in, and then I go down to the additional principal slot and put in any other extras I want to send. So for this week, it's going to be $250.28, which is the actual payment. And I'm also going to send in my additional payment. So let's just say second mortgage. And that is going to be the additional principal. And that total is $190. I got to look at my cheat notes, guys. Remember, I told you that I try and keep my budgeted expenses on my phone as well. So this is kind of what I'm looking at here. Okay, so basically it is going to be, if I can get to the screen, what is going on with this thing? Come on. It's going to be $202, guys. We are all making these adjustments together because I've been doing my budget with those same numbers, forever, because I didn't have to buy anyone a vehicle and my insurance hadn't increased in years. So that's why everything is, kind of new to me as well. Now, that's the additional principal amount that I'm going to send to that second mortgage of $202.87. Let's move on to the HOA. Remember, I set aside $6.60 for that. Next, we have the South Africa trip, and that is coming in still at $62. Now, here's the auto insurance. This is the one that is increasing. That's making me have to do all these adjustments to my budget. I will now be setting aside $93.50 a week when it used to be $48.25. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you're adding a third vehicle as well as a teen driver to your insurance policy. Next, we have the student loan, which is $108. After the student loan, we're going to have the electric bill, which I normally set aside $160, and then the gas bill is $180. Like I've told you guys in the past, these numbers are interchangeable. If I need to move some money from this gas bill to the electric bill, I can do that, vice versa. So basically, between these two bills, I typically set aside $340 and just kind of use it wherever it needs to be used in those two categories. What else? We have the children's lunch for this week. I will be setting aside $22 for that. Next, we have the household expenses, which is the $194. Remember that I take out in cash to put in my wallet or in my cash index card system. And if you want to know more about that, you can scroll back through my videos and find the videos on how I actually set up that system and utilize it week by week. Okay, after the household expenses, we have the children's savings account where I have $28.50 automatically go into their accounts. And that's it, guys. That's all I have for this week. So we're coming in with a total of $1,307.75. Now, from here, based on what I normally set aside out of this paycheck, I am going to be short. And I'm trying to get to my cheat notes here so I can see how much I am going to be short. Let's see. My shortage for this week is $96.75. So that's the shortage. And remember, I like to leave a cushion of $26.15 in this checking account just in case, there's some debts or some expenses or something that creep into play. And I can allot for those. So if we add these two numbers together, that means I am going to be short this week $122.90, which is what I will need to technically pull out of the Bill's savings account. So basically, I will pull that out of my savings account portion of my account to help me satisfy this $1,307.75. Now, remember the next step after we've tallied up all the expenses this week, came up with whether we're going to have an overage or a shortage. The next step is I go back through my expenses and see what I'm actually going to pay this week and what I'm going to put away in the bill savings account. Let's see. We will send the second mortgage off this week. Okay, the HOA fee will not be paid this week. The South Africa trip, I put a PA beside these for those that are new to my channel, which means put away. So that means I will be putting it away into this bill savings account. The auto insurance, that is another put away amount. Student loan will be paid this week. The electric bill is actually coming in at, need to try and make sure I remember, $167, and the gas bill is $53. So that's what we have. And remember, I told you these two amounts can be used interchangeably. So if you look at the total amount, both bills are still covered. What else? Let's see. And that's about it for our put away items. So we have 3 items that we're needing to put away this week. And what we normally do at this stage is add all 3 of those together to come up with a total. And with this $93 being new, I am going to have to go over to my calculator so that I can add these items up again. 660 plus $62 plus $93.50 gives me a total of $162.10. $162.10. That is our put away total. So now, if you can go back up a few steps, you see that I also had a negative amount that I need to pull out of the bill savings account to help me cover all of these expenses for this week. So what we will do in this case is we have one amount we're going to put away and one we need to pull out. So we need to subtract those 2 amounts. So the 162.10 minus the 122.90. Let's see what that gives us. Subtract the 122.90 gives me $39.20. Now remember, when you have 2 numbers and they're doing 2 different actions, then your answer is going to take the sign of the larger number. So you would perform that action. So basically, the larger number is the put away amount. So this 39.20 is what we will put away in the bill savings account, technically, okay? So I don't know what happened to my yellow pen, guys, or marker. We're moving to black now, so it is what it is. So this is the amount that I need to put away, so keep all this in mind. Now, for this week, we have one debt that needs to be paid, which is going to be the student loans. So the student loan, I will put a triangle beside any debts that need to be paid this week. So the total for the student loan is $432. So the student loan, let's go back in frame, is $432, which is what I send to that. I'm going to change that amount because when they did my reassessment, they did lower it. But for this video and for this this week, I'm just going to go on and send that amount in. So as you can see, it's $432, but I only set aside $108 for this week. So that means I need to go into the bill savings account and pull out the other $324, which is the other 3 weeks of the amount that I've been setting aside for student loan, which is $108. So that's the total that I need to pull out of the bill savings account to help me pay for this student loan bill this week, right? So now let's go back and revisit. We have $39.20 that we need to put away. And we have $324 that we need to pull out. So with those 2 amounts, we need to subtract. We have 2 different actions again. So we got the $324 that we need to pull out, and we're going to subtract the $39.20 that we need to put in. Let's go back to the calculator real quick. That's 324 minus 39.20 gives us a total of $284.80. Okay. So remember, we need to pull out 324. We need to put in 39. So what will we do? We will do the action that has the largest amount. So that means we will pull out the 284.80 to help with these student loan payment for this week. Okay, so that's where we are with that right now. Stay with me. Okay, so also remember, let's go back up here to this electric bill and this gas bill. Remember, I have 160 set aside, or actually I have a total of 340. 160 plus 180 set aside for these two bills, right? If we add these two totals. Okay, guys, sorry about that. My camera died. So where I left off with is saying that I added these two bills together, the electric and gas bill, and it came to $220. And the total amount that I have set aside is $340 for these two bills. And so right here, I drew the arrow and I wrote the $340 that I have set aside, and I subtracted the $220, which is what was the true number of both of those bills, to leave me with $120 that I need to put away into the bill savings account, because that is the extra between these two amounts. Remember, I have the $340 that I set aside. The real total was $220. So that $120 is what we have to put back in the savings account for later, just in case the electric or the gas bill is over $340. We have extra money set aside in the bill savings account to help us accommodate for those expenses. Now, we have that $120 that we need to put back in the bill savings account, and we also have the $284 that we need to pull out of the bill savings account so that we can assist with paying on the student loan bill. Okay, so from there we have two actions again that are different, so we will have to subtract. One is to put an amount of money into the bill savings account. One is to take an amount out of the bill savings account. So we will subtract those two numbers. That's where we get the $284.80 minus the $120, which gives us a total of $164.80, which is the real total that we need to pull out of our bill savings account to help with paying for the student loan expense, which will be taken care of this upcoming week. So, guys, if you have any questions about how I budget, how I know it's a little bit different from the way the majority of the people budget, but if you have any questions about it, or what I'm doing, how I'm moving money around, how I pull it out of the account, just let me know in the comment section below. And I would also love it if you would like this video and share this information with those that you think may be interested in this sort of content. And the next thing I am going to do, which is what I didn't do last week, was go through and fill out my second mortgage chart, because I have been continuing to pay down that debt, although I didn't record a video for the last week or two. So right now, that debt is sitting at $7,086. The last time I highlighted was at $7,331. So, guys, we are moving along, and I'm excited about this debt being gone, as you all already know. So we're just going to highlight, since we are here on the camera, so you can kind of see how I am actually decreasing the balance on this account. So as you can see, only thing we have left here to get to the top is pretty much the roof of the house. So that's where we are, guys. And I think that is pretty much all I have for this budget projection video for this week. Once again, this is Dr. Mommy Budgets, where we dream big but start small around here. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.